Welcome to Trendy Flicks, your ultimate destination for the latest in movies, TV shows, and streaming trends. Subscribe now and stay ahead of the entertainment curve.
Fox News Digital Sports NFL Power Rankings after Week 2 of 2024 NFL season. Which NFL team sits at number 1 after the second week of 2024? The second week of the 2024 NFL season opened up a brand new set of questions. Are the Kansas City Chiefs lucky or good? Are the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals in trouble to start the season? Are the New Orleans Saints for real? There's a lot of time left in the season for all that to shake out. But the twice defending Super Bowl champions are winning close games as they've done for several seasons, and Derek Carr and Alvin Kamara have the New Orleans Saints offense looking great. The Dallas Cowboys turned heads in Week 1 but floundered in Week 2. The Cleveland Browns did the opposite and put on a defensive showcase against the Jacksonville Jaguars. How does that affect this week's power rankings? See for yourself. Patrick Mahomes had one of the more underwhelming performances of his career against the Chiefs' rival, the Cincinnati Bengals. Despite throwing 2 interceptions, Mahomes took his team down the field when Kansas City needed it the most. A last-second field goal kept the Chiefs' record unblemished so far this season. They're still the class of the division until someone knocks them off. And so far no one has done that. The Houston Texans held out for a 19-13 win over the Chicago Bears on Sunday to give the franchise its first 2-0 start since 2016. Second-year quarterback C.J. Stroud was 23 of 36 for 260 passing yards and 1 touchdown, but again found himself in the line of fire, getting sacked 3 times. The biggest question surrounding the Texans in their Week 3 matchup against the 2-0 Vikings on Sunday will be their running game. Joe Mixon was injured early in the third quarter on a controversial tackle and finished the game with 9 carries for 25 yards, compared to the 159 yards in his debut with the Texans. His availability for Sunday is still up in the air. Rinse and repeat for the Saints offense. The Cowboys defense, like the Panthers last week, had no answer for the Saints as Derek Carr shredded the Cowboys secondary and Alvin Kamara found the end zone 4 times in the dominant road win. Under new offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak, the Saints have put up 93 points through their first 2 games and look to be a contender in the NFC South. The Baker Mayfield and Chris Godwin connection propelled the Buccaneers to a statement win in Detroit. The Buccaneers defense held strong in the red zone and kept an explosive Lions offense at bay despite losing star defensive lineman Vita Vea to injury during the game. The Buccaneers are off to a 2-0 start and are looking like last season's playoff berth was no fluke. An off-season of noise, thanks, Brandon Ayuk, has led to a bumpy start for the defending NFC champs. No shame in losing a road game against the Vikings, but sound the alarm if the Niners fall to the Rams in LA this weekend. First-year Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh seems to already be making an impact. Harbaugh has brought his ground-and-pound style to Los Angeles, and the Chargers have held their first 2 opponents to a total of 13 points, though the winless Panthers were one of those opponents. The commitment to the running game has taken some pressure off Justin Herbert, but the quarterback's health for LA's Week 3 matchup with the 2-0 Steelers looks uncertain. After an overtime win over the Rams in Week 1, the Lions weren't able to muster up magic against the Bucs, who stole one on the road to move to 2-0. Ben Johnson, Detroit's gifted offensive coordinator, had the head-scratching move of having Jared Goff, who looked off throughout this game, throw 55 times. With a dynamic backfield in David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, they ran a combined 24 times. This is a power run team that should stick to that moving forward.